at everyone. We're Brawlhalla Fest Gaming, and the link to our Twitch. Sorry, I'm doing the last-minute Discord thing. I'm Defensive. This is Brandon. We're playing games today.
Hi, who is Brandon?
Huh?
Who is Brandon?
Who are you, Brandon?
So,
would you like to introduce yourself?
I'll introduce myself. I'm a technical artist / animator here at BMG. Some of y'all on stream might have seen me before. It's been a while, but I'm back.
It hasn't been since Thea, has it?
No, it's been since SpongeBob.
It's been since SpongeBob.
SpongeBob reveal stream was the last stream that I was on. That was maybe a year and a half ago. It's been a little while.
It was a year and a half.
It
was like the last half of November 2023 or early December 2023.
I think that would have been like end of November 2023. Yeah. Last year.
I thought you were gonna say 2, and I was like, "Oh, my scope of time is wrong."
It's like, what was last year? I forget. It was so soon ago.
Last year was Star Wars Part 2.
Yeah. I have to remind myself. I was like, man, we did the beginning of last year was SpongeBob into Star Wars Part 1. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but that was a year and a half ago already.
Time moves incredibly quick, which is why you should be completing your Battle Pass missions, chat, because there's like a week left, a week and a day.
I've been doing mine.
I'm lacking. I've got tier 84, but I haven't gotten the completionist avatar, which I'm looking for. Also, hello, chat. Hi, Level 1. Hi, Juan Gana.
Hi, Chad. Nice to see y'all.
Hello, Not. Hello, Hosey. Yeah.
Hosey. Hosey X.
Yep, that's them. That's them. MC Cause. Hello. Zai. Hello. Hi, chat. We're Brawlhalla Fest Gaming today. We are... Brandon, I'm very hopeful. I told you before we started the stream.
Oh, God.
There we go. This is working out. Really hopeful that we get something neat out of our Brawlhalla Fest chest today.
I hear if we get all 3 ticket missions, we get a chest.
We do. We get an exclusive,
could be fun,
first of its kind event center chest, which is really cool. And let me double check what our missions are, because I neglected to actually see them, and I'm not wearing spectacles. Can you?
200 damage in a single life.
Chat, we can do that.
Play matches as Chakram Legends, wins count double. Hit with 5 different signature attacks in a match. Oh, that one's easy.
5 different signatures in a match?
5 different signatures? Maybe.
With a Chakram Legend? I can make that happen.
Yeah, they've got some.
I think Toast is about to tell us that things are... Dude, these are not going to work for me. I need Coke cans, I think. Oh, God. No, stronger. Am I less blind or more blind than you are?
Yes.
And I don't wear glasses? Let's go! It's a bad thing.
Someone call an optometrist.
Somebody call the DMV. I can see fine unless it's minutia, chat. So, y'all, some people are saying all you've gotten so far from the chest is gold. Our bad.
Our bad. Dang.
Chests were broken until earlier today. That's our bad. Not going to say much more about it other than they're fixed now.
Yeah, I was a victim to this.
I was so hopeful. I was on stream when I got one of my chests. And I was like, telling everybody, like, hey, because I didn't know it was broken. I thought I was working as intended. You might get gold. You might not get what you want. Yeah, I was trying to hype it up and be like, but until you actually get what you want. Yeah, I clicked into it was gold. I was like, never mind.
Keep going.
It all crumbled
I got some
around
gold.
me.
I got some gold. I hear everyone else got some gold, too.
Gold is useful, Brandon.
It could be used for some things.
It very well could, leaked by Foda, be useful when Guilds drops later this year.
Ooh. Guilds.
Gold's pretty cool, y'all.
Tickets are useful right now, though.
Tickets are incredibly useful, which reminds me, we should both equip Lil Reaper.
Lil Reaper, yeah.
Since
we
unlocked it with Mammoth Coins because we wanted to use it on stream.
So clearly we want to be Priya with Lil Reaper. Ascended Nyx, that's not Priya.
It's not Priya. I really should switch to Priya.
Well, we got Chakram missions that we got to do here.
Yeah, all right. What kind of drip? I'm going Harlequin.
Let's see, Harlequin. Oh, we're on team, so.
Boom. That'll do. Little Reaper equipped. All right, chat. 200 damage in one stock. 5 signatures in one match. And then we just got to take some dubs here. Should be pretty easy.
Easy.
It's friendly, too. So, I mean, side sig through each other as much as possible. Chat knows the strat. Chat, anybody realize what queue we're in and try to find us in the queue?
They'll never figure out who we are.
Yeah, they'll never. We're so incognito.
They'll never know.
So, chat, we're going to challenge Brandon today. If you have any questions about technical art in Brawlhalla, mods, if you could highlight them, that'd be great.
Yeah, animation, effects, technical art. I do it all. I got a lot of stuff going on here.
The only thing we won't talk about is Legend 77. That's too far in the future.
Too far in the future.
I've got a question.
Goodness.
Did you help out with this map at all for the new Battle Pass?
This map, no. I'm going to give props to Mike with a Y on our effects team. He's got, not metagame Mike, but another Mike. We've got a couple of Mikes on the team. He did the animations for a lot of these, animation and art for some of this.
And it is a really cool map. I mean, the fact that you can see the soft platforms cycle through the rib cage that is the stage, the rib stage, if you will.
Oh yeah, we were all real excited to be able to get that one in. And like the platforms going through, it's a good time. It was like, can we do this? Are we gonna be able to do this? Like, oh yeah, it works.
Ooh, have you hit any SIGs yet?
One. Well, I think I hit side sig.
All right, I also hit side sig.
Okay, yeah, I definitely got side sig.
We have to set each other up, or just be okay with missing sword down signature, because it is very hard to hit unless you just perfectly read somebody's offstage maneuvering or moving over you.
Okay, I got another one. Got another one.
Oh man!
Fun fact: I programmed that move, the N chakra.
Really?
I did the scripting for that one. Let's see. I think TWK did side sig. Down was not me. I think down we changed during development. Let's see. I switched to sword maybe. Let's see. I did neutral on sword also. That little one.
It is such a cool, flashy move. The way that I remember when we first were shown it, like the broader office was shown Priya's work in progress for signature art and everything. Everybody was just amazed by how like magical and almost Mardi Gras-esque the signatures were, with like all the beads and different colors and everything.
All the particles, all the solid like smooth cartwheeling maneuvers, like those all turned out real well.
It's just top to bottom. Priya's design is incredible, incredible. And chat, as a Brawlhalla fan, being on the team and seeing stuff early, let me tell you what, it's pretty cool.
And you know, I'll say this fun little fact. Priya is near and dear to my heart because I did have the initial actual design for her. Design pitch. I drew like a bunch of roughs, and people were like, "Oh, this looks like a good character," and that's basically what Priya wound up being.
Oh man, is that something that you had the idea for Priya locked in, or was it like a part of like a board of several things, and you presented to the team like a few items? There
were definitely several different ideas that we had for what our first Chakram character was going to be. We were throwing around a whole bunch of stuff, and I said, like, oh, here, I think this might be a cool idea, this might be a cool idea, and then we kind of like honed in on what we wanted, and it's like, oh, okay, well, based on what we're talking about, maybe we want, it was codenamed Blade Dancer at the time. So, but what I drew up wound up being exactly what Priya wound up being, so.
Yeah, and fun fact, we went through on a stream and partially in the dev panels at BCX a little about that. Dev panels are coming to the Brawlhalla YouTube channel during Brawlhalla Fest. Maybe two, maybe one.
Maybe two, maybe one, okay.
Maybe three.
That's more than last time.
I honestly forget what the pipeline's looking like right now, but at least one.
Yeah, I want to see some of those on YouTube. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, live it back a little bit, you know, see what the crowd actually looked like behind those blinding lights. All right, we didn't win one, but we got some progress. Let's see what missions we were able to get.
We got Battle Pass XP.
Hold on. Hey, Toast, did you buy all the tiers for the... Oh, you did. Never mind. We're 85. I was going to make sure we got the Nye.
Yep, okay.
Oh, man.
We did get 200 damage once.
We got progress. So we can
Chakram Legends, yeah.
If we play perfectly and win 5 in a row, we can win the entire mission set in 5 games.
Well, we still got Chakram ones to do, so stuck here in Priya land for a little bit.
I'm relishing it. Because the timed event mission for the Art Deco colors, which I've been, you know, through attrition going at on my accounts, I've not played a lot of Priya, and I feel bad because I was telling people after the Chakram nerfs I was going to play Priya no matter what. But outside of a ranked environment...
You're supposed to play her before the nerfs.
I did a lot. 2,200 elo worth of it.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
Chat, can we start spamming buff chakrams, please?
Right.
We gotta even out the world here.
Oh wow! I got him with that first side sig. It was too powerful.
Nice. They're not trying to pull an egg soup, are they? This is another couch party player set right here.
That mission was I just had to land the SIGs, right?
Yeah, not KO.
Easy, okay. I just wasn't paying attention enough last time. I'm dialing in.
It was a warm-up game.
Yeah, that was just a warm-up.
Totally valid. Everybody needs a warm-up. Everybody gets one. And I think after a down sig, I hit 6. We're clear.
Okay.
We can stop using signatures now, Brandon.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Finally, I can take the gloves off.
Yeah, no joke. Time for the 12-hit true combos. Need some help over there?
I got it. I think I got that in a movie, I think.
I tried to help too hard. I was looking over here instead of over there. And I was like a frame behind, and my ground pound was all the way to oblivion.
Okay, I think I should have all of my SIGs there.
Chakram Lance would be a crazy combination, chat. The like aerial mobility of a Lance character plus like the aerial juggling nature of Chakrams in one kit. Kind of cool. Oh, what is your favorite SIG/animation in the game?
SIG/animation in the game? That's a tough one, because we do have a couple of really good ones. Let's see. Like, we're looking at Amugi's right now, and like Amugi's side greatsword, that's always a pretty good one. That one was in fact a tough one to get working in game because of how big it is, but we felt strongly about it.
So you made it work.
We made it work, yeah.
Well, that's curious that you mentioned that, because I wanted to ask, how often is there a roadblock that's run into that new tech has to be made, and then it just becomes part of the BMG toolkit when making new things?
So, a lot of new tech tends to come with crossovers, because crossovers, you know, they're a big thing for us, and sometimes we know they're going to be like really successful. So, like, SpongeBob was a big instance of like we added tech for that to make the entire SpongeBob animation set be workable in the game, whereas previously we would not have been able to get that kind of animation fidelity in the game. But we made new tech for SpongeBob to get so much animation fidelity with it, and then we've started using that for our own characters. Straight up up to like that comes through to 6, 7.
Really?
So all the mode swap characters are built on the SpongeBob full animation swap tech because they need to be able to change animations, right? And then, you know, even Mythic Nyx, Ascended Nyx is using that for the weapon effect swaps on her scythe and blasters.
Wow. So SpongeBob kind of paved the way.
SpongeBob was a big deal.
Thanks, Bob. That's really cool. I actually didn't know that at all, that the mode swap was dependent on the, I guess, the axe and gauntlet variations for for SpongeBob, and how they have the different hats.
They have different hats. SpongeBob also does not have... SpongeBob, let's say, has a contiguous head.
Yes, he does.
And most of the rest of all the rest of the characters, they have a separate head. SpongeBob is all in one body, and that required us to completely change the animation rate.
Yeah, I remember we were sitting on the side set talking about it after the reveal at BCX, and you mentioned that it was like an extra, like 180 frames just to get him to run.
Yeah, hundreds of frames of extra animation had to be done because we had to completely reanimate that whole character for a new rig so that SpongeBob could be. But it was worth it because it was SpongeBob. Yeah, someone points out necklace SpongeBob. He has no neck.
Well, neither does Jake the dog, to be fair, right?
Yeah, neither does Jake.
Let's be real. Who needs a neck?
Let's see. Okay, yeah, we got 2 more 200 damages.
We're on track. 4 more wins, and we're done with everything in one
wins count double,
fell swoop.
We can do it. We can do it. It's possible.
Sapdragon, I agree completely. SpongeBob is always worth it. Ooh, this is interesting, right? This is a question not just for you and I, but for the entire team. So we have to lie and say that we know everybody's opinion here,
Okay.
right?
I represent the entire team on these opinions.
I often do, and it's scary, actually, on socials. I'll be real.
Are you going to ask me like speed versus strength or like ketchup versus mustard
No,
or
no.
something?
Strength,
I'll weigh in for the
strength
whole
clears.
team. Don't worry.
Strength clears.
Ketchup's better, right?
Compared to mustard?
Yeah.
It depends on what it's going on, because it's a side thing. It's not like the main thing.
It is a condiment.
I will say that I'll never take a French fry and
What
drag
about,
it through
okay,
mustard.
do you have a different opinion for ketchup by itself versus mustard by itself?
Oh, weird. Would I rather have a smoothie, or how do you describe mustard? Like it's a little umami,
Are you putting
a
mustard
little
in a
bitter?
smoothie?
No, ketchup's a smoothie. Because
Is it?
it's a
Okay.
sweet fruit in
Okay.
liquid form.
Okay, I could buy that logic.
You would have to, because it's on sale for free, because it's a fact.
I'm ketchup all the way in both instances. On something, ketchup.
Mm-hmm.
Off something, ketchup.
Okay, so how about this part of the rubric you might have forgotten?
Okay.
Ketchup's volatility within its own field, because you can have honey mustard, you can have stone ground mustard, you can have Dijon mustard, you can have like Creole mustard. How many different kinds of ketchups are viable for you?
Oh man. I
Or
think
just one?
it's really easy to fall off immediately. Like different degrees of ketchup. Like, do you like tomato paste?
It's not ketchup.
But
Mustard's
it's in the
mustard's
family,
mustard,
right?
but
Is that not? Does that not count as a ketchup adjacent thing?
no,
What about tomato sauce?
that is also not ketchup.
It's not.
Unless you're talking to somebody from like Australia, because they talk about sauce
Oh,
being their
goodness.
ketchup, and I don't really know.
Unsweetened tomato paste. Okay.
It's vile in my opinion.
Tomato
Sorry,
paste is
Australians.
not great, unfortunately.
Now when we talk about other pastes like toothpaste, Fuego, shout out Colgate, sponsor us. I don't know. Food's such a diverse thing
Divisive.
and divisive thing. It's hard to say
Diverse
what's
and
better.
divisive.
I will say I have more ketchup in my diet than I do mustard. But the things that I put mustard on, I can't put ketchup on. So this super dividing question is, what legend has the best design of all of them?
Oh, my favorite. Well, clearly, I don't know if you've noticed, but Thea has clearly the best design in the game.
And you're repping the Eternal Sports hat as well.
Eternal Sports. I got the Thea shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I made Thea. Like, I might be a little biased. I don't know.
Well, you also made Priya, right?
I helped make Priya. I was not Thea. I was lead on. So
Don't listen to Toast. It's not Queen Nai. The entire team despises Nai, obviously. That's why there's an epic skin in the Battle Pass. It's White Fang Nash. It started my entire Brawlhalla career. That's the answer. Sorry for everybody, but shout out Oddling making White Fang Nash. It's varied, y'all. And I will say, back in the day, I do remember the opinion of Barraza being one of the best designed legends in the game. But times change. New legends are made. It's just like our ranked tier list, honestly, Brandon.
but yeah, you know, everything's in meta, right? It's in the frame of meta, and sometimes something is good, sometimes other things are good. Really,
Yep.
I think most of the legends since we made Boots, like starting with Tezco, we've really hit a stride with the character design department. We've been putting out some real strong ones, very consistently. I think we've been doing a bang-up job.
They're all viable in a competitive setting for drip competitions.
Yes.
And you can also expand that to like which legend is the best like canvas for skin or crossover design as well, because that's super important.
Oh yeah, we can evaluate for all kinds of different things here. Like who's got the best crossovers, who's got the best skin and weapon skin combinations, right? Like, who looks good just with the right recolor, right? Like,
I mean, White Fang Nash, chat, is the answer to your question, but we'll move on. Because this is a very pertinent question to Brawlhalla Fest and the entire vibe of today's stream. How hard was it to make Ascended Nyx? Because you were talking about like mode swapping already, right? What else went into it?
So obviously trail effects are a new thing. That's a new piece of tech that we made specifically for Ascended Nyx. And that was one of those where we were like, oh, this might be a cool idea. Let's mock it up. Let's see how it goes. And our good effects artist, Christian, he mocked up the current, ghosts popping out of a player when you hit them thing. And just, plug that into the game without any tech, just replace the normal one. And we all saw it. We were like, whoa, that's a really great thing. Let's do that.
But it didn't quite stitch together properly at that first junction, right? There had
I
to be
think
a lot of
we had a couple of different treatments. Some of them stitched together better than other ones, and went through some revisions. Still got there, but like right out of the gate, it was really awesome looking. We were like, this is gonna be great. We need to put this in the game. We're gonna do this.
And it is great, for what it's worth, in my opinion.
I agree. I think it's pretty great too. I think all of Mythic Nyx is pretty great.
What about if you took part in it? The animations for the weapons and the new hit effects on the weapons, because every time you hit somebody with Ascended Nyx, you do chip damage to their soul.
I know, right? I actually did some of the revision on the effects for those, and we went through a couple there. We were like, oh, what color does this need to be? How do we make this not? We want it to be like roughly equivalent, or very equivalent to what's going on with the base kit, right? So there were a couple of like color iterations for what should happen when you hit someone with blasters, right? There was an iteration where that was like darker purple. We're like, no, this should be lighter purple because it should match the gun blast and stuff.
The rest of the vibe.
A real late change was the spinny gun symbol that we have for if you do recovery with blasters. It does
like
a
the
little,
one-handed
little
versus
twirl.
the two-handed twirl?
There's a special twirl on the guns for that one. That was a very late addition that I made sure to put in, because I was like, you know what, everything else in this looks really great, and it would be really odd if this one just did not like recolor with it or something. So we made sure to put in a special twirly gun symbol for that.
I'm gonna have to look out for that.
Yeah, check that out. It replaces it for SIGs too. So there's like some SIGs. They pull out the twirly gun art. I know Cross has some for almost all of his blaster SIGs. They will pull out the special art for that when you do them.
That's really cool.
Nyx also has one on her side blasters that will show up.
I like that at the end, towards the end of production, you're like, this needs more.
Yeah.
This can be cooler. We will make it cooler.
That
and you
was
made
legit
it cooler.
just like a week or two ago. I was like, you know what? We're missing one more thing here. I will do this.
Just before the window was completely closed, you're like, one more. Was that easier to, and I'm going back to a topic we were talking about earlier, was that easier to do at the last minute because there was existing tech for changing those animations through like, one-handed blaster tech and stuff like that? Because
we had the existing tech for it and everything was all set up, yes, it was a little easier. Because it was last minute, it, could have just not been last minute. Maybe I could have thought of that sooner, that it would have been less of a pain in the butt. But
well, I'm sure you have a lot of other things going.
Yeah, always a lot going on. One thing I'm always sure to say is like everyone's got a million different opinions about Brawlhalla. And what we should be doing with Brawlhalla and things they would like to see with Brawlhalla. Rest assured, we do see basically everything everyone has to say about Brawlhalla. If you think something should be in Brawlhalla, we probably know about it, and we might even be working towards it. It just helps to keep in mind that sometimes these things take a little while to make happen.
It does, and with such a huge list of things that the community and the dev team, because remember, y'all, we're all, for the most part, devout Brawlhalla fans. Toast is just a Queen Nai fan. We can forgive them for that, but like whatever. The priority list is, I think, what you're getting at here, because like there's only so many people that can be working at one time on one thing, right? Like if you asked me to help with an art project, I'd laugh. I'd be like, why?
It'd be cute. We'd let you try, and then we'd be like, okay. Let the real artist.
I can make.
I'm sure you can draw a good smiley face.
Oh, terrific! I draw Scruffy's cousin. I'll draw a dog. That'd be great.
Okay, yeah,
It'd just be a concept piece, And a terrible.
Jake the dog. What is Jake the dog? But 2 dots in a line, right?
True. As long as you line good, the art just emerges, right? It's that simple.
It's exactly how the process goes, right?
That was actually the next question. How easy is art?
So easy, very easy.
Anybody can do it if they practice for hundreds of hours.
All you have to do is draw a line, and then draw another line, and draw several more lines. Make sure they look cromulent, and then they're ready to go.
I think that was a lesson in SpongeBob. In one episode.
Was it? Did SpongeBob use cromulent, or did The Simpsons use cromulent?
I don't know what that word means, but he drew a circle and then he drew an X through it, and then he had the statue of David on his page.
Right. Oh yeah, this and that, and then this and that, and this and that.
Yeah, and then erase a little. This is an interesting question. Can we get full splash arts of the Legends? I swear the art is cropped most of the time due to the format you portray them. Fan kit will soon be completely done and available to everybody on the Brawlhalla website, like we talked about in the dev stream, and that will have every single piece of splash art, full stop.
There you go.
Unless it's crossovers.
I was saying, I know they exist.
The answer to your question is yes, friend. Ooh, this is a good one. How does a new Legends weapon get decided? Like, why does Bodvar have Sword and Hammer, or why does Reno have Blaster's Orb?
Well, back when Bodvar came out, there were way more limited choices on weapons. So there was less of a selection there. It was less difficult. It was just like, oh, we need to make all the combinations of weapons like the first 8 or so characters. Just like, yeah, we need to fill out some of these combinations. We're just going to put them out.
Well, at first, Bodvar had all the weapons in the game, did he not?
Right. There's some deep lore for you.
Back in the Ricochet Arena days.
But nowadays, it's very much a, like, okay, we're looking at weapons that have been done recently, play styles that have been done recently, and what we need to shore up, how long it's been since we've done certain weapons. And we're trying to revisit everything in an even-handed manner and try to provide for a number of different play styles. And those are the thoughts that go into what weapons we select next.
Interesting. So chat, without us giving you any more information, think about the next few Legends and what possibly they could have.
We got one.
Deal
Deal 200 damage. We did it. That's the one. Toast thought we weren't going to get that one.
That was the easiest one. We've only gotten 200 damage and oh no, that was the one we got. We haven't hit every stock.
I thought the 5 signature one was going to be the one we get first for sure, but maybe that just means we're actually going to get it now. We're going to get there. We need 2 more wins and 1 more 5 signature Nelly.
I'll focus down on that one this go around.
I thought I had it last time, but I guess not.
I hit like 3 and then forget and kind of assume I'll hit at least 2 more, but I must have missed it down signature at some point.
The game we got it on, I made sure I got it like right out of the gate, and we were going to get it, but
Miggy asks, and this is interesting because you can, go about it a few different ways. What was the best crossover to work on?
Oh,
and why was it the best?
So my near and dear to my heart was probably the Street Fighter crossover, because I'm a big Street Fighter fan, I'm a big fighting game fan in general. So getting to work on all the Street Fighter stuff, oh my goodness. Almost walked me off the stage there, distracted me for a second.
Nearly.
But getting to work on all the Street Fighter stuff, and we even got to work with some of the Street Fighter voice actors and thing, working with Capcom. Obviously, that one led to us being able to do Mega Man and stuff. Like Street Fighter, strong contender for my favorite crossover that we did. Personal one, I think like my top 3 crossovers that we did are like Akuma, Alucard, and who was another real great one?
White Fang Nash, yep.
Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah, that was it. Thanks for reminding me. What did he cross over from?
Just from not being the best skin in the game to being the best skin in the game. He crossed over the threshold from S tier to triple S tier. I agree that it's so cool that we do build relationships with some of these companies, and they're like, hey, we love your game so much, and y'all did such a great job with this IP. Do this one next, Right. Like, y'all, the excitement, the office-wide, when we first found out, like the greater company first found out that Mega Man was going to be like a project.
Super Fighting Robot Mega Man?
Dude. Like, everybody was so pumped. It's such a cool thing. It's like, I don't want to sound corny, but it's a privilege to work with some of these companies and like have them trust us with their IP, to show it off in like the coolest way possible.
I think companies look at our work and it speaks for itself. They go, you're doing a pretty good job. Would you like to use some of our other properties? And we'll be like, yeah, totally. It's always a good time.
It is really cool, y'all. It is very, very cool. And great question, Mickey. We're gonna move on to another M name. Mr. Fantastic over here asks, ooh, this is, I don't know if we can answer this one. I'll leave it up to you. How do we decide on what crossovers to do?
That one might be above my pay grade. I mostly go, it would be cool if we did this. Here's some ideas for if we did this, but I don't get to make the final decision.
So we all have ideas. They get put on a dartboard and then throw a dart. That's totally how that works,
Some of the logic
right?
that goes into it, I do know is like, oh, what is our audience going to like?
That's important. That's really important. But that being said, we can't just pick and choose.
Can't just pick and choose.
It's
if only,
a long process.
Sometimes we do get to pick and choose a little bit, but it's a very narrow range of picking and choosing. It's like they got to be receptive to it, right?
So we've got to want them, they've got to want us.
Yes, it's the founding blocks of all good relationships, really.
It really is just a mutual, like, hey, that thing would be cool. Let's go on to the next topic. We got something from Iron here. Ooh, this is something I was talking about recently with one of our casters over the weekend. And I'm gonna paraphrase your question a little bit here. Will we rework Legend signatures if we find that they aren't as effective as other signatures or other parts of their kit? Namely, Sentinel, Cassidy, Vector.
I would say easy answer is yes, because we've already done it.
Yep.
Namely on Sentinel, Vector, and Cassidy.
Yeah.
I myself actually did the programming for a couple of those moves. That was
Really?
like kind of how I cut my teeth on it, right? And we haven't done one for a little bit, but you know, talks are always abound. Like, oh, what if we did this? Oh, what if we do this?
There's also a channel in the Discord for people in the community to be like, hey, this one next.
Yeah, good shout outs. We do read those. We do take those into consideration.
It's very helpful to get an open form of feedback from y'all. So we really appreciate it. If you have opinions, we'd love to hear them. Put them in the appropriate channels in Discord. I forgot to give you your flowers. Chat's going to love this. They might have forgotten. They might remember. Chat, you know how, like, for a while, the wings on Onyx never color swapped?
Don't they color swap now?
I think they do, and I think maybe the guy I'm staying next to is the person who made that happen.
Hold on. If we scroll up here, can we see where is Onyx hiding? Down here. Let's see.
There they are.
You know,
wings!
Wow. You know, I think those wings used to look a little different.
Now they
Something
look
weird about
fantastic.
those wings. Yeah, now they look pretty dope. Yeah, that was a commonly asked for thing from the community. That's what I keep saying is, like, you know, we listen to the community. We're looking at their feedback. We want to do a lot of things. It's just a matter of how much time it takes to do it. That one I was recently able to get done. And honestly, like I knew some people really wanted, but the outpouring from the community of like how happy they were about that one has really made it so that I'm, you know, ranking higher, more recolor type stuff in the future for certain things.
Chat, what's next? Put in the chat. We might see it. We might not.
Yeah,
We've got
post it up.
Laundry list here.
Not might, we will.
I tell people often, give us enough time and we'll do all of the cool things.
Yes.
But we need the time.
With time and your support, chat.
We asked this. My bad. Let's lock it. From Zerial Synth. Hey, Brandon, what's your favorite Zerial skin, and what concept would you like to see for them as a future skin?
What is it? Jin? Jin Cosmo? The
Devil
character.
Jin?
Devil Jin, there you go. Yeah. Devil Jin is probably the coolest Zariel skin.
I
What
agree.
was the second half of that question?
Is there
what would I
a
like to see in the
concept or an
future?
archetype that you'd like to see over Zerial that would fit, like, with, you know, gauntlets
Concept for Zariel. That would fit with gauntlets and bow. I think I'm gonna decline to say because we should. I don't want to like spoil things and be like, oh, this is a concept that I think is really cool.
and bow? May or may not be
for a
in the
thing.
vault. Ready to go.
Yeah. I don't want to spoil it for people.
Chat, who thinks he should spoil? No, I'm kidding. I don't remember if we got the signature mission last go or not. I think I stopped paying attention to it as we dived into the questions.
I think we got 0 missions last time. We just got the one for playing a game. So we got to get the 5 SIGs and win.
Okay, we can do that. I mean, participation points. Shout out to was it Chili P put the missions together? Shout out to Chili P.
Yeah, shout out to Chili Pete. I don't know what Chili Pete did, but that's a cool name.
Chill Penguin is the old name
Chili
for...
P, Chili Penguin.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you said Chili Pete. I was like, okay, Chili Pete. He sounds like a chill dude. I don't know who that is, but
Yeah, new hire actually. Totally doesn't have Brawlhalla ID like 7 or whatever. On to the next one. Oh, would we see other knockback effects in the future? Talking about trail FX. Yes.
honestly, you know, community reaction is pretty strong. People seem to like that. Maybe we'll do it in the future.
We have been talking about this, and I don't want to commit us to it, but if I say it now, it's going to probably be committed. Chat will be like, oh, what different answers I on the stream? Similar to how companions were first introduced to the game, trail effects will most likely follow the same path, where going to be selectable later on, and they'll most likely be something that is available in the Brawlhalla or with other Ascended Legends in the future.
Man.
Because yes, we're doing more Ascended Legends in
You
the future.
left me all by myself in here. I have to defeat this in this sprint by myself.
Hey, you got this, and you have to hit every sig, and you have to win, and try to do 200 damage
I
at least
might
per
have
stock.
hit my 5 SIGs already.
So we made progress.
Okay, I still got 1 stock. I can take 4 stocks from them.
It's possible. I mean, they're taunting.
Mox and Bro.
Maybe they're watching, and they'll just give you the homie stocks and let it be a 1v1. Which, don't do that. That's.
Or if they're really cool,
Against the
do you do
spirit.
that? I don't know.
Maybe they do.
Yeah, Moogie got too big. Sig's too big for me to defeat on this team.
Nah, they're easy, dude. Just dodge them perfectly.
Ah,
I'll answer this. Are there
they
plans to
got me.
update old epic skins like Mad Scientist Scarlet, Apocalypse Mirage, and Sin Sakai Koji? Not currently, but maybe in the future.
that was. Are there plans to update old skins?
Yeah, things that have already been pushed and that are in the game, like specifically the old epic skins.
Old epic skin updates. I would maybe pin that as unlikely because we've already put so much work into them. Unless there was something again like the recolors. Where it's like, oh, if this epic skin seems like it might be even cooler with recolors, and recolors aren't super crazy to do, then that could happen. I'm willing to say that could happen.
So, follow-up question for the question: are there any aspects of those skins that you feel like don't kind of hit the mark that they originally did? Chat. I mean, we're looking for.
Are you asking me or Chad?
I'm asking chat. Bakiri, Bakiri's around all the time. We'll get a follow-up question for sure. What crossover do you guys want the most? I'll answer immediately. Dragon Ball Z.
Oh man, stole my answer. Dang. Yeah, that's my perpetual yes. Call me in when DBZ is on the line. I'll help out with that one.
I like it.
Yeah, we'd love to have DBZ.
Not even a question. Like
Such
that.
an obvious one, right?
It's just the most goated series ever. Like, I remember, I was talking about this recently. I would watch with my friends and my brothers all the time, right? And I was over at a friend's house and we were watching Dragon Ball. He's like, dude, my mom has blonde hair gel. We can become Super Saiyans. So us snot-nosed, 6-year-old kids went and took this, blonde hair gel and, spiked up our hair, and it didn't work. So we both had dark hair. So
See,
we just used this entire bottle.
I only did the, Kamehameha in the mirror. I didn't try to dye my hair. I wasn't that brave.
I went full effort. Full force, and it didn't
Brent
work.
is the true fan here.
Oh, 100%. I dyed my hair red for my 5th grade talent show to do the Napoleon Dynamite talent show dance. Oh. Vote for Pedro. The shirt and the boots on and everything.
Man, how many kids in the chat get that reference?
0. Actually.
That one ages it right there.
Oh man.
Napoleon Dynamite, what's that?
It's honestly, it hasn't aged that poorly.
Who's Austin Powers? I don't know that guy.
Oh, now it's hurting. Now it's hurting. Now you're getting too real.
Hold on. I need to get these SIGs. I need them to let me hit them.
All right,
There we go,
back
okay.
to the board, y'all. Dragon Ball Z was the answer. It is just, I want to say it's a duh answer, almost. You'll get other answers from the team, I'm sure. We might get Sailor Moon or Naruto or
So
stuff
going
like that.
anime is really easy, right? Anime would be a dope thing to have in the game, but if you say no anime and make the question a little more interesting,
and it's just video games.
or maybe not even just video games, what if movies? I think Predator and Alien and Terminator are always ones that I'm yeah, that would be dope.
That would be wicked.
That would be pretty cool.
Honestly, if it wasn't already in the game, I'd probably say Hellboy. 'Cause the first Hellboy movie was one of my favorite movies of all time. I had it on my PSP, and I'd watch it on loop.
Yeah, Ron Perlman's pretty cool.
The fish guy, Abe.
Yeah,
Also
he
pretty
got
cool.
he got an Academy Award-winning movie by Guillermo del Toro, right?
The wet guy.
The something of water, the voice of water.
Shape of Water.
Shape of Water. There we go.
Yeah, it was a great movie. I feel like he should have eaten more eggs in that movie, honestly. There's a lack of boiled eggs.
I mean, that's just healthy, you know.
Good
Eggs are
cholesterol.
good for you. Yeah.
All right, we'll move on. It's a great question, and really, like we've said already, give us enough time, we'll do everything.
Yeah, could talk all day about it, right?
We really could. Oh, this is interesting. Do we ever make a legend with a crossover in mind?
we certainly keep some possibilities in mind. Like, you could very easily look at Petra and be like, oh, we'd have to have been crazy to not see the obvious crossover possibilities for something that shoots fireballs out of their hands, right? Like, so we keep it in mind, but we're never gonna like completely tilt crossover in the direction of like, oh, all these SIGs need to match perfectly for this potential crossover that we have in the future, right?
So the answer
we're doing it for gameplay first, and if we get some crossover bonus points in there, that's cool too.
Because at the end of the day, RIP is the most important thing to us. Like our own original legends, our own moves and whatnot, which has posed a very interesting workflow when working on crossovers and making things work and working back and forth with IP. I'm sure I'm trying to think of one in particular that was interesting. Chewbacca's saber. His sword is a very unique, like, arc welder, and his side signature has, like, stormtroopers hopping on him for the signature, which is like, huh? How did we get Star Wars to say yes to that?
The one that we were very excited about them being completely okay with was the Falcon Punch. The Millennium Falcon Punch.
The Millennium Falcon Punch. You're so right. That is so cool.
That was the one I thought they were for sure going to be like, nah, but then they were like, yeah, this looks cool.
It just worked, So no, we don't go into making a legend thinking about crossovers, but there is consideration probably further down the line. It's like, oh, if there was to be a crossover that fits on this legend, this is, kind of the same ballpark. Or this could be drawn over it. Ooh. This is another art question, and I feel like you can answer it pretty quickly. What's the best legend you worked on so far from SIGs to art?
From SIGs to art. Best overall.
Not favorite, but best.
Best. I think, I don't know, like in terms of like how balance came out of the hopper and how the art came out of the hopper and how the SIGs came out of the hopper. Amugi's a pretty good one, I think. I might be thinking too much about Amugi, but I might have played too many Amugis today. But Amugi was a pretty overall solid one. That was a strong concept from start to finish, and all the SIGs we came up with for that one. Honestly, yeah, surprisingly cool SIG kit all around on that one.
I mean, his greatsword side signature, having him turn into like a spirit dragon with his like head emanating from his belt buckle, genius.
Yeah,
that is so cool.
There's so many like Asian turtle influences in that one that like I'm a big kaiju fan. Like Gamera's great. We had a lot of elements get put into that were very similar and harken to those kind of things. So it was like near and dear to my heart, on top of just being a good design in general.
Yeah, I remember first seeing that.
Yeah, Seth did a good job with that one. Metagame Mike did a good job with that one. And he had the principal design for that character up front. Great job from the team all around there.
You guys might be hearing the same names often. It's because they do such dang good art. Like their lines, and what was that fun art term you used earlier that I instantly forgot? Diabolical?
Glomulent?
Glomulent?
I used a couple of $5 words here.
Yeah, I need to have a coupon for them. Glomulent?
Glomulent?
Is that what you said?
Now we're just making up words.
Conglomerate? I know that
Cromulent.
one.
It's like, I don't know, for some reason cromulent makes me think of like crackers. Like a good cracker is very cromulent, like you buttered it up and...
Ooh, like a crumpet almost.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, I might be like crossing it up with crumpet some. Yeah.
So Amugi is your answer.
Amugi, yeah, I'm gonna say Amugi. Yeah, definitely within recent memory for sure.
Okay.
Trying to not just say Thea for everything, You're
repping Thea physically. You don't have to.
Yeah, I feel like the Thea answer's too a given for me to say Thea, right?
That's totally fair. Here's another question from the chat. Has there been a legend that was hard to translate from art and design into the game's actual code? Like, was it hard to, like, make something work that you're aware of?
Hard to make something work. Sometimes there's limitations that make you have to think creatively. Dang, sorry, dude. I did real poorly that game.
We're close. This is
as long as you get your SIGs, then it'll be there. We'll get a chest.
I think I got 4.
Only 4? Maybe I got 5. I don't know.
I hope you got 5.
I hope.
We're probably
because we'll get the games on this one. We got the games. How have we not got the 5-6? I thought that was gonna be the easiest one.
I don't know. Can we
gotta
1v1
dial
somehow?
in. We gotta dial in. Okay. Yeah. Can we do it to ourselves?
Oh, we don't have to play pre anymore though, so we can.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is true.
Play legends that are more sig appropriate.
Play legends that
we can hit the sigs on. Oh, I mean, I'm just gonna go to Ascendant next, honestly.
I'm gonna hit up the Priya. Hold on. Let's see if we got my favorite Priya swag here. Oh, not unlocked. Darn. Okay, we'll just.
Toast, take notes. Before we have anybody on stream, we need their favorite drip.
Yeah, favorite Priya or favorite Thea is Unicorn Thea with Tiny Tina's Unicorn Lance with the
Starlit Magi.
the Brawlhalla Fest colors from last year.
The Bifrost colors.
Yeah, Bifrost colors. So it looks like a Lisa Frank picture.
That makes a lot of sense. I actually use the same color scheme on my Thea drip, but I use Gorgon because I want to be an eyesore. I want to petrify my opponents with how bright and how Medusa-like I am.
Well, I mean, if you want to petrify your opponents, you got to play Petra, right?
I thought for a moment, like, are you going to do, like, Onyx Downsig as a reference? Like, petrification? Because, like, Onyx turns to stone more like stone. she restones for the Downsig on Canon.
Yeah, Onyx is default petrified. This is true. More petrified than any other character, really.
Well, we're forgetting the guy called Core.
Oh, okay. No, that's true. We got more than one rock character. I was just thinking, like, how many robot characters do we have? We got more than one robot character, too.
Is Vector a rock character?
What? He's a robot.
He's made of metal. That's ore. That's mineral. That's rock adjacent.
Yeah. It depends on how nitpicky you want to be.
Very
subset,
nitpicky.
Subset of rock, I guess. Mineral.
Well, if Toph can metal bend, it's got to be a rock,
I think there's a lot
right?
of people that would tell you a mineral is different than a rock. They'd be insulted if you called a rock or a mineral a rock, you know?
I don't really mind that the crystalline lattice is too regular to be a rock compared to, like, a conglomerate of, you know, whatever, metamorphic. What are the other kinds of rocks? Sedimentary and...
Igneous rock. I remember that one from geology.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's all three of them. We got it. That's all the rocks there are.
This is education time with Brawlhalla stream.
Yep. We try to teach math constantly and do poorly at it.
1 + 1 = 2.
Unless some
What do you mean, unless? I don't want to hear this denial of 1 + 1 = 2.
Well, what if you have
I'm not making you write a proof here. Or
what if you have 1 dozen of something and 1/2 dozen of something else? Are you adding 1 and 1 and not getting 1?
But
like,
that's still 1/2. That's 1 dozen .5. 1/2 dozen.
Well, I'm just talking about different units. We have ones of different units. I'm being intentionally obnoxious.
So I think that's like a conversion chart or something we need, not an addition. Like that's not addition. That's a different subject there.
Hey Google, how many tablespoons are in a cup?
Yeah, I ask Siri all the time to do my conversions for me. It's like, how many meters in feet? You know, like
0.3-ish.
It's probably close.
I need a neutral
Miles
signature.
to kilometers, like.
Boom. That might do it.
It did.
Nice.
Boom. I think that was first win for the evening here.
No. We had at least 2.
We have, okay, yeah, this is our second one. You're right. But that one was much more commanding. Good job, team. And yeah. Okay.
You ready?
Here it comes. Go
Very
ahead.
well
Do the honors.
be.
Do the honors.
Not gold. Take the server down. Restart it.
Time to see you later. Right. I'm out of here.
One more walk-off question since we've got you here. If you've ever made a TV series / movie about Brawlhalla, who would you like the protagonist to be?
Well, I think obviously it's just Nyx at this point, right? Right. I don't know if you guys have heard. There's a graphic novel coming out, and that might answer the question for you. I don't even need to answer that one.
What?
I'm looking forward to that graphic novel. I'm looking forward to that graphic novel.
I am too. I haven't read it yet. I'm super excited. I've seen some pages.
We've all gotten to see pages. Yeah, I haven't gotten to read the whole thing. But it looks pretty cool from what I've seen.
Yeah, and I'm gonna correct myself because I'm wrong when I say it's dropping on like the 17th of June. But I'm gonna get the exact date. You can pre-order it. Brawlhalla.com/merch. And it is on this schedule as I look at my laptop. Nope, this is the wrong page. Comes out in June. Be excited for it. Pre-order now. It is a fantastic work from front to tail. There are several double-wide pages.
Oh, and they look real good, too.
They need to be posters.
And you know what?
They need to be.
You might notice some commonalities between Mythic Knicks and some of our Mythic Knicks equipment and the graphic novel.
You heard it here first, y'all. Thank you so much for participating and being so enthusiastic about Brawlhalla Fest so far. Remember to unlock those Art Deco colors. This is the last day that all legends are free on the free legend rotation, so keep on hitting up those queues, earning those colors. Event Center is super cool. A ton of tickets there.
Gotta get those colors.
Got to. But you're able to for weeks after today, so it doesn't have to be when the all legends are free.
I mean, why not do it now?
Why not do it now? Thank you so much, Brandon, for joining us. Today was a ton of fun.
Tons of fun. Great to be here.
Bye, chat. Oh, Toast having fun. Look at that. Do the Harlem Shake.